Sensei! I'm Maeve De Voe, the world's first princess pop star, and I'll be discussing my idol journey, Love Life Princess, the EP that just came out, and if I'm still considered an idol in the community. I'm gonna be checking notes on my phone, so I'm sorry if I'm like glowing blue all of a sudden. And also, I'm gonna be treating this like we're on a Discord call or like FaceTime, because that's just how my brain works. Recently, I have been watching YouTubers, and I'll actually like go, oh, girl, no. Like we're on the phone, but yeah, I've had a lot of my fans actually not know that I like Love Live, and that I like anime, and that I like idols, and even that I cosplayed. That's such a big part of my personality. So I want to put a video out there for my fans who like Bang Dream and Love Live and all these idol stuff. All right, I have some bullet points. We're gonna be going down. I actually got scouted on Instagram in 2017. It was like summer, I think, because I was just about to go on vacation. And they were like, do you know anything about Love Live? I was like, no. What's that? And they were like, it's okay, we can teach you. We can show you some like clips, and like you'll learn as you go, right? I was like, okay. I don't know anything about this anime. I literally know none of the songs, but we're going for it, right? This was really, I know this is like a little bit deeper, I guess, but this was like God's timing, right? For me in my life, because I had just left high school to go to college, and I was like 15 years old enrolling, right? I started in January 2018, so I would just turned 16. I wasn't around people my age anymore, and also it was really kind of like, I'm not going to get into it, obviously it's really deep, but like from preschool up until that moment, I had believed that I would walk across stage in a cap and gown. I believed that I would graduate with people I knew since I was 5, 6. So it was a very rough, I'm trying to like, you know what I'm insinuating? Like it was a really rough time. And so even though I didn't know anything about this anime or whatever, it was very, I needed that. I needed that so bad, and my family knew that too. It was just very beautiful timing, right? I had to pick a character out of the ones that were available. I think it was Hanukkah. By the way, I'm sorry. I am sorry in advance. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna pronounce them with my American accent. That's all I'm gonna say. I know how to pronounce them right. I just know the internet. So the only two I think that were available was Hanukkah and Umi. And I love ginger hair. I'm not going to go on about that. I love ginger hair, and so I was originally like Hanukkah, but Umi, I was like, ooh, the long, like, you know, whatever. Anyway, I just thought it would work better. So I was originally Umi, and my first ever outfit was going to be the Dancing Stars on Me Umi outfit. I bought the wig on vacation in Florida because I was so hyped. But it gets better. So the first ever practice rolls around for me, at least. Everyone else has been practicing and knew each other, which was scary, but it's like somebody said on, what was it? Somebody said on Twitter, sometimes walking into a new like group of friends feels like you're a random new character in like season 5 of a TV show. That's so real. So I was so nervous, and it was such a long drive. It was so far away. And if you've known me since like 2017, 2018, even 2019, the beginning, I used to talk in a different voice and claim it was my real voice. I had a scandal. Okay, I had a scandal. And, well, it wasn't like, and no one was mad at me, but it was for a reason, right? It was for a very kind of sad reason.
I would talk way up here, and I would actually say that this is my natural born voice, and I went to college like this, and I kept telling everyone, no, I'm born with this voice. This is just my natural voice. And so whenever I went to the first ever practice, and every practice after that, I said that this was my real voice, and I didn't ever drop the voice.
I never dropped it. So, also, I completely forgot this. I went by Mae, M-A-E, because whenever I first showed up, I think they were asking my name, and I was way too shy and way too quiet to be like, it's actually Maeve. May, like M-A-E-V. Like, I didn't want to go through all that, so I was like, okay, it's May. I'll go by May. And I've gone by May. I've gone by May. I've had a lot of nicknames because I didn't want to explain my name. I love doing group practices. Everyone's dancing to the same song, and everyone has the same love and passion for this one project. And, like, practicing alone is great because then I can just, like, go a billion times and I don't have to worry about somebody collapsing because I'm like, okay, 20 billionth time, are we ready? My first ever performance. Oh wait, no. There was something where the Kotori of the group left. I had been watching, like, I think 3 episodes by that time, and this person popping up on my screen was life-changing. It literally changed my life. And so I was like, you're the one. This was destiny. Not saying that this person leaving with... I'm saying, like, me becoming Kotori was destiny. Me becoming Kotori was destiny. And because it connected me to Love Live, it made me dive into it when I was just observing it from, like, oh, this is cool. When I became Kotori, it became my life, right? Like, it was my world. It still is a part of my world. It's never left me. No matter, like, what happens, Love Live and Kotori will always, like, be deep in my heart. And so I started learning Dancing Stars on Me with her cute outfit. I still, to this day, want that outfit. We decided that we weren't going to wear those outfits for our first performance. We were just going to do the uniform. We did our first ever performance at Onicon 2017 in the hallway. We had up this, like, little, I think it was like a sheet. I took vocal technique class to where we got to perform a song, like, what was it, every week. By, like, Friday, we had to have a new song. I picked Blueberry Train, and I knew that I wanted to perform that at a con or, like, some kind of event. So I was like, let me just perform Blueberry Train to my regular vocal technique class. I'd never bought a wig for Kotori. I grew and bleached my hair and got it cut at, like, salons because I wasn't cutting my own hair yet. I cut my own hair. And so I would do highlights on my naturally dark brown hair to make it really similar to hers, or at least, like, hers in some lighting in pictures. I know she has, like, my natural hair color here, but in some pictures and stuff, she has, like, a sandy blondish brown. I cannot emphasize how she's literally Barbie in my mind. But our second ever performance, and this is so important. This is so important. Please, open those ears. Get those ears out. I want to see those ears. Our second ever performance was Anime Matsuri 2018. And do you want to know what day we performed on? March 31st, the day I released Love Live Princess. Because I literally, that is a core memory. That performance is forever a core memory. Deep. That solidified it for the rest of my life because we wore the bouquet dresses. This is embarrassing. I still have the bouquet dress. Wow. This is odd. I did not expect to get emotional, but that's how much that means to me. Like, it was also my first time singing as Kotori, like, actually, because there was a moment during our first performance where the music cut out, and so I started singing. This was the first time I planned to sing solo as Kotori, and I did Blueberry Train, and it was just, it was so perfect. It was so magical. And the song that really made it a core memory for me was Soshite Saigo no Peiji ni wa, which, days are shining. In the bouquet outfit, as a teen girl who wanted to be a pop star, but didn't feel like I fit in, being Kotori, with that song, with that dress, and that forever solidified my love for Kotori and why she's so special to me. Even my family references that one song and one performance, one dance, one outfit, because of how special it was to me. So that song had a lot of emotion, a lot of memories. And that's why Love Live Princess is really dedicated to that day and that song, that outfit. Like, that's why my idol outfit has the skirt from the bouquet dress. That's why it's the same layout, it's the same everything. My hair is super long with side bangs, like, well, that's embarrassing. Third performance, and this was my personal last performance, this was my last idol performance ever. That's crazy. We decided to do Love Live Sunshine cosplays and songs as well. And so I went from Kotori to Hanamaru, and I wanted to be Ruby, but I have a thing where when I cosplay, I want to be as accurate to the character as possible, and I know I'm too tall. Even though I'm 5'5.5", and I still feel too tall to cosplay her. Honestly, I feel like personality-wise, I'm Mari. The plush in Guilty Kiss. I look like that. So, like I said, I was Hanamaru, and I got the cute, like, uniform with the yellow sweater. It was adorable. And then we got aquarium outfits, which I love the aquarium outfits. Oh. I also did another singing performance where I did Oyasumi na-san, and I danced while I sang, and it was really cute. And I remember being so nervous about the high note in there because I wanted to belt it. Oh, I never said the name. The third performance was Delta HCon 2018, and it was Texas Idol Fest. I don't remember a lot about like leaving the group. It was like low-key a blur, but I know that I'm still on good terms with a lot of the members, at least the ones that like have social media to my knowledge. I really wish I could get some of those old practice videos like from the studio because those are awesome. Okay. So, this is where it gets kind of crazy. I decided from that point to become a solo idol. Whenever I was designing my solo idol concept, the first one I had was my OC Baby Cloud. And if you're from that era, you might remember a song called Cloud Town I released. It was my first like song I put out that was an original song, and It kind of had this like chill lo-fi vibe. I think it's public on my SoundCloud. I don't know. So I was gonna make my whole shtick, my whole theme, floppy bunny ears. The ones that like hang, like they droop. And I was going to hand make them and sell them. So you missed out. I was going to be a cotton candy bunny with floppy bunny ears. So after a little bit of being a solo idol, I really missed the feeling and the vibe of being in a group. And so I was actively searching or creating idol groups. I think from 2018 to 2020, I was in 3. Okay, let me try and remember their names. It was the one that was supposed to be turned into a rhythm game, like Bang Dream. I was a part of one. I was a gothic Lolita vampire with black and purple hair, like in the drills, or like the curled like princess pigtails, V-bangs, everything. I was going to be full out gothic Lolita. I am looking at a whole pile of gothic Lolita right there. I have so much of it, I just don't wear it. It was supposed to be a bunch of different like monsters, or like Monster High but idols. The next one was Frosted Panic, and it was like regular, just idols, no monsters this time. And this was the first time that I had ginger/peach hair. It was about to here, and it was like more in the orangey. Her image color I think was like purple, but I was like, can I have like ginger hair? Can I be like low-key peach? Because at that time I was figuring out what peach was, right? And then this is crazy. I was scouting this time. Yes, I made an idol group called Candy Pulse, and it was supposed to be everyone is kind of like, not like a neon color, but it was a vibrant color. Before Candy Pulse was an idol group that was kind of like short, with one of my friends from college that was like all elemental themed. But Candy Pulse was one that I put in a lot of thought into. And this is literally insane. This was whenever I was finally Princess Maeve. I had the peach hair. Of course, it was short at that time. It was about to here because I cut all my hair off. As you do in college. As you do in the diet crazy neon colors. But there was another member named Gumi, who was based off of Gumi. You know who Gumi is. But Gumi in my group was slightly different. Apparently, and I just found this out like a week or 2 ago, Gumi and I reunited since like 2019. We haven't spoken because I joined the Discord, and then Gumi was like, I'm sorry, my dad just texted me. But Gumi was like, do you remember me? I was in Candy Pulse. And I obviously said, yes, of course I remember you. Were you kidding? Like that was a passion project. And so it was just really sweet that I got to reunite with someone whose life changed because of Candy Pulse, and I didn't even know. Okay, here's where everything switches. In 2020, I decided to pretty much lean towards pop star. I wanted to kind of start separating myself a little bit from what I was and trying to be taken more quote-unquote serious, take that as you will, in the music industry, because I wanted to be a more American pop singer. I wanted to follow my dreams since I was a little kid, which was pop star. So I wasn't really calling myself an idol anymore. I was calling myself an upcoming pop star. In 2021, I kind of like separated from the idol community and heavily leaned into I've switched. I've become a pop artist. I'm an American pop artist, American musician. This is what I do now. Like, thank you for being there with me during my journey. I'm switching over. That kind of thing, right? But I never said like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm not going to do this anymore. I just like slowly switched naturally to pop. But privately, I kept up with everyone still. I never stopped keeping up with everyone. And the entire time, I was planning my idol stuff. It's just like I was trying to make it to where idol stuff could pass as pop, right? So I was still keeping up with all the Kaigai idols. I was still keeping up with everyone, the same I do now, but it was more private. I wasn't really just like super chatty, I guess. And I still had the mindset of an idol. Scene change. I just had a pizza party watching Minecraft analog horror videos. So that's why it looks different. But also, my lips are red because I just had Jarritos fruit punch. Now, this is the single most requested topic that I talk about from other idols and just in general people that are curious. How I get my idol music on radio stations. I work incredibly hard to get the connections that I have, to get the accomplishments that I have, where I'm on all these stations and I'm charting on these stations because I looked for them. As an indie artist and as an idol, you have to do all the work. Like, we have to be the one to reach out. Guilty Not Guilty Kiss has been #1 twice. I have worked hard to grow a fan base on these stations and to really put out the best quality I can do. I make sure to put even more work in if it is an anime song, or if it's a K-pop song, or any of those songs that might not do the best with the more general American pop market. You could say I almost try to Americanize the idol music that I put out. And I try to make it more, I guess, like, I hate this word, more like digestible for people who are not really into anime or not really into that genre. I was so worried because it is, I don't know, I don't really hear a lot of pop songs do like guilty kiss, like that kind of thing, like over and over again, unless it's like a Disney song. My biggest tip of advice is to not put your music in a box. Do not put idol music in the box that you think it goes in, because it can go outside of that. Don't put yourself as an idol in the box. Take yourself out of it. Tell yourself, I can be on those charts with the music I love. And this is my next bullet point, so these kind of tie in together. I took the step of having one foot in each boat. The indie artist pop market and the idol market. It's this really strange duo that somehow works. I honestly, and this is kind of like weird, I don't know how to explain this. I feel like since I have a foot in each boat, I feel like I'm kind of an outsider in both communities because I don't necessarily fit into the indie artist market. I'm not exactly just a regular pop singer. I'm not a regular Kaigai idol. Like, I don't sing predominantly in Japanese. I don't do everything that a Kaigai idol would do or just a regular idol would do. I'm in this other world kind of going on, right? I don't know really how to word this because it's so new to me. I'm doing idol music in a way I haven't ever seen. And I'm not saying that, from what I've seen, I've never seen anyone do this. And so I just don't know how to fit in those spaces, and I don't feel like I do. And so I feel kind of like left out, and that's fine. Like, I don't have to be in those spaces, but it's just like, that's partially another reason why I haven't gone to cons. And I get a lot of DMs asking me when I'm going to perform live. This is kind of an issue for me. And then on the indie artist side, it's like, what is this? I even have a lot of people being like, this is completely new to me because I'm in these spaces where people usually have, if they have colored hair, it's like, okay, the colored hair and then like a cool pop star outfit. I'm breaking boundaries in both because I'm very, to the indie artist market, I'm pretty cartoon-like and anime character-like. And then over here, I'm chart, radio, like, it's kind of conflicting. But the real reason I'm not really going to cons right now, and I really do want to, is because I am way too busy. I just can't. And trust me, I see the posts of everyone at all these idol fests, and I'm just like, one day I will be there. So yeah, I just kind of feel like this weird, I'm in the community, but I'm also like right outside the bubble. Everything I'm involved in is in the idol sphere. I'm keeping up with everything, and it's all the stories I see, all the posts I see are idols. Can you see the hairspray? I wanted this flat today. I am shining. And now I would like to talk about Love Live Princess, the EP. Like I said earlier, the EP was inspired by the Anime Matsuri performance on March 31st, with me as Kotori in the bouquet outfit performing Soshite Saigo no Peiji ni wa. And my idol outfit is, like I said, inspired by the bouquet dress, but with my flag colors. The first song on the EP is Guilty Night, Guilty Kiss, and that has been in my top 5, maybe even top 3, favorite Love Live songs of all time. I've always loved that song, and I always thought the production quality is insane. Like, from a producer standpoint, from a mixer standpoint, like, I love it. So, this is actually kind of fun. In, June or July of 2024, I decided to reach out to one of my friends in the idol community and one of my friends in the indie artist community. Guilty Night, Guilty Kiss was supposed to be a trio of 3 powerhouse singers doing different styles. One bringing more musical theater style, one bringing true traditional like Britney pop, and then one bringing more like alternative pop. It was going to be a collab for the ages. The vocals on these 2 people would have slayed the world. I am so proud to say that I wrote all of the lyrics on Love Live Princess. With GNGK, I actually tried to match the like phonics of the Japanese version and the English to be similar. Like, Yume mitai no one night, I think is the original. You and me tied in that one night. Do you hear it? And so if you look at the English and Japanese side by side and try to pronounce them, of course, not all of them are going to parallel perfectly, but I tried to on, I think, like half of the lines, while also keeping in mind what the sentence was trying to say. I wasn't just like thinking of random stuff. I was trying to like also keep it on theme. When I first got the finished mix back, it felt like I truly had become a princess pop star. Like, it really felt, just listening to it, it reminded me of watching Disney Channel and watching, Nickelodeon put out these pop stars. It reminded me of Hannah Montana with the flashing lights. That is what inspired the artwork I got commissioned for GNGK, where it's like the little circles is supposed to mimic like a stage light background. And also that lyric video was a beast. I'm not even gonna get into that, but I am so incredibly proud that I made that. Like, that's just Dream With You, which is number 2 on the EP, is Ayumu Uehara is my favorite Love Live character, I think, of all time. Of course, Kotori has a spot in my heart. I will never, ever move on from Kotori, but I see myself in Ayumu. Whenever I first saw her announced, the timing was crazy. I had just decided that I was going to become a full-time princess and that I wanted peach hair. And then she has peach hair and she's pretty much a princess. Something about Ayumu just like feels like I'm looking in a mirror. When Kotori, I felt like her and I were so similar and I really wanted to be her, right? Like, I wanted to become Kotori. Ayumu, I feel like I'm just looking in a mirror. It's just me with short hair. I had someone asked if I got a custom Nesso. It feels like it. It really does feel like it. The pink bows, her idol outfit. I will talk forever about Ayumu. I need to move on. I literally am on a mission to get all of her merch. The Yume no Ippo outfit. Yes, I just butchered that name. Everything of the Yume outfit, but her song Dream With You really hit me in a way I didn't expect it to. When I first heard it and saw it, I was watching the anime, and so it was like the scene of her on the steps, and she's a princess with pink roses. Like, I'm looking at pink roses all over my room, and the bows, and just like everything hits. It hits different than Kotori. I finally get to see myself in a Love Live character, like physically, right? So Dream With You means a lot to me because it's the first song and the first character I can physically see myself in. Visibly, with the whole aesthetic, with the whole violins, with everything. Just, it's beautiful. The lyrics, it's me. Starlight. So this is actually crazy. This is actually so crazy. Back in 2021, whenever I was first doing covers, I had literally no clue on how to mix covers at that time because I was just making originals. And so I was mixing with stems and I had all that, involved. In 2021, I covered Starlight. I covered it in Japanese and I dubbed the All Stars music video, like the audio over that. At the time, I was still really scared to sing loud, and I was scared to sing with confidence. I couldn't sing with power at that time because I didn't want anyone to hear me. And I still don't want anyone to hear me. It was just very shy, but it had the desire to be confident. Like whenever listening back, because I listened back to it recently, listening back to it, you could feel the desire to be passionate, but I held back. And so listening to this version and that one is night and day. It's professional, and then there's I'm scared. I'm scared to be confident. Recording and mixing the demo for that was a beast. That was literally a beast to record. The volume up part is so hard. It was so hard to record. And then the like that at the end, that was also extremely hard to record. The theme for Starlight is actually Moonlight. It's actually about an OC I had, but I can't rename the song, obviously, and it does feel weird having Guilty Night, Guilty Kiss, which is all about stars and the galaxy, and then Starlight, which is about the moon. And number 4, the final song on the EP, which closes out everything, Days Are Shining. I've already talked a little bit about the song, but it is quite literally the one song that has stuck with me. It's indescribable. I could never explain what Days Are Shining makes me feel. However, the English lyrics are leaning more towards my own personal story for this one instead of following the lines of the official translation. I wanted to make a song that affected me so heavily, more personal. So I wrote about how I'm a princess living in a dollhouse, wanting to see the world, and I'm working so hard at my dreams. I'm trying to make them come true, and I'm documenting all of it in my diary, which I write in rainbow markers with. Every marker in my diary has an emotion associated with it. So the rainbow markers represent the different emotions that I felt during the day. Or just in general, they're assigned to something, like purple is career. Then, halfway through the song, once the beat goes crazy and everything, it kind of turns. There's a few lyrics in the song that kind of hint to something a little bit more deeper. All the balloons, the presents, and the trophies, what does that say about me? Why are so many people telling me I'm this good? Why am I getting so many trophies? Like the amount of trophies I have on my shelf. What the gifts I'm sent in the mail. What does that say about me? What does that mean? Why do all these people think I'm so good, right? Like, it's kind of this underlying subject of imposter syndrome in women. The whole breakdown part where it's like the crazy beat, the lyrics are time is ticking and it's going without you. And it's kind of that fear of, oh my peach, time is moving. and I'm doing nothing. Like, I'm just stuck in bed, right? Like, I'm just laying here thinking of everything I need to do, and I'm not doing it. Time is ticking and I don't know what to do. So it's this kind of like existential moment in the middle of the song, and then it comes back to, okay, reality. Overthinking will do nothing for me that's positive. And then it comes into this whole group of 25 people that are all other idols with me, and it's all of my friends, it's everyone that volunteered, it's everyone that wants to be on this with me, and we're all singing about how we're working towards our dreams, and it's just like, it feels really powerful to hear all these people that truly are working towards their dreams. I mean, these people, please go support everyone I mentioned in that song, because wow, these are people who take being an idol seriously, and some of them are even my best friends. I mean, like, I want to name drop, but I won't. It feels so special, and so, like, it made me tear up and actually start crying while I was mixing it, because we're all singing about our dreams, and we're all working towards them. And so even with the existential moment, and even with the imposter syndrome, it does have a happy ending. My favorite line in the entire song is, "Come on, come out and see the sun." It's so special, it's so wholesome, because you really can get in that kind of cycle of I'm working, I'm staying inside, I'm not going to go outside. And please take this from me as advice. For the past week, I literally every day put on headphones, and I even mixed for 12 hours and 30 minutes straight one day. I don't touch grass. The minute I did, everything felt better. Like, just go outside for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and just, like, look at the sky. Just close your eyes and feel the sunlight. It feels nice. We need that. We are humans. We need sunlight. We need outside time. You know, we can't just be machines working. My backdrop keeps changing. Things keep happening. As of right now, I just hit number 2 in London. Let's shake it up. Are you serious? That's literally incredible. That is actually incredible. But anyway, bestie, I know we've been on the phone for literally forever. And I forgot to mention another driving force behind the reason I'm releasing this EP. If I do take off, or manifesting when I do take off, and whenever I get signed and all of that in the future, they might not want me to put out a whole EP of anime music. They might not want me to talk about idol things. They might not want me to do idol dances and all of this stuff. They're gonna want me to become a pop star, and that's what I am. But it's like, I'm also, like I said, I got a foot in a boat and a foot in a boat. So when that does happen, it's going to be right. So I'm kind of trying to do everything I am passionate about before that happens. I do have plans for a specific game that really inspired me. Make the world smile. That music, I might do an EP for that. I'm still trying to figure out like what songs, because they're a little bit more band. And so I might do an EP for that as well if I have the time to put out another EP. It's a lot easier to just put out one song. Hopefully with the EP I can actually rest a little bit, because it'll be promoting songs that are already out instead of crunching and recording them right before they come out. But yeah, that's it. I just want to say one final thing. When I have a character I really, really, really like, I end up kind of like becoming them. For example, Fluttershy, if you know about my time as Fluttershy. Or, for example, Kotori. And I've said this about Fluttershy, but I'll say it about Kotori as well, because I do genuinely mean this. Whenever I'm doing my regular indie artist pop stuff, I carry Kotori with me, spiritually, kind of like in my heart. Especially whenever I'm like learning dances or I'm like singing a really cutesy song like Recording Days Are Shining. I was thinking of her the whole time. And so I just wanted to say that I carry Kotori with me into my pop stuff. Thank you for watching. If you actually watched all of this, that is insane. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. I've been wanting to record this for a long, long time now. And I feel like the EP is kind of like my excuse to record this. So please go stream Love Life Princess, the EP, Guilty Night, Guilty Kiss, Dream With You, Starlight, and Days Are Shining. Please comment below which one is your favorite. I have to know, like I really do want to know. And I hope I can inspire other Kaigai idols to step out of the box. You can go outside. You can travel into mainstream spaces. You can come into the indie artist space. Listen, I am allowing you. Take my hand. I am allowing you to come out of one space and put a foot in another space. Research indie stations. Research indie podcasts, indie, like interviews, like all of that, magazines. You have to be the one to reach out. Because it takes a lot for them to contact you. Trust me. I've been in this since 2022. So you have to make the effort. I want to see you at award shows with me. I want to say hi to you at award shows. Okay? So, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you making it this far. I literally don't know what to say. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Listen, Zuri.